Hello, everybody. Welcome to the weekly live stream. We're going to go ahead and do our audio check, guys, on the Facebook group. On the Facebook profile, we have an exciting one here today. I have Carlos Zamora here. Once we do our audio check, guys, I'll go ahead and introduce him. But for now, we'll go ahead and get everybody in here, wait for some people to join, and then we'll get rolling. So about 5 minutes, team. Okay, let's make sure we're good on my Facebook channel, Facebook profile, good to go. Followers, highlight, and just doing the Facebook group, guys, and then we'll be rolling.
Cool.
And usually when I add everybody inside my Facebook group with Carlos, that's when most people will start joining. So
cool.
Share those
Where are you at, CC? Are you in Charleston right now?
No, I'm in Charlotte. So Charlotte, North Carolina.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Speaking of that, guys, as you come in, guys, let me know where you guys are coming from. Carlos, you're in. Let the people know where you're at right now.
In Miami.
Miami, my favorite place on earth, man. Southern Florida.
Miami, nice and hot.
Nice and hot. Right?
Asheville's nice too, though. I was there a couple weeks. I was there last week.
Where was that again?
Asheville, North Carolina.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. I remember you messaged me on that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I shared this twice to my profile. That's my mistake.
Jermaine in Atlanta. I see you.
Yeah, Jermaine. Yeah, Jermaine's on here. Yeah, so got Jermaine in Atlanta. And then Jermaine, I can't remember. Are you investing in Atlanta? Are you because we had a consultation call a couple weeks ago. I can't remember if you were investing there solely. Huh. I'm trying to share this to my Facebook group and it won't allow me to. So
yeah, dude. Sometimes the text streaming gets a little jammed up.
It's all good. There we go. Oh, my fault. Didn't mean to do that. And we are rolling here. Tag everyone. Okay, that's right. Yeah, you're in Atlanta, Missouri, and Oklahoma. That's right. Okay, all right, we're good to go. So, guys, we'll have people just trickle in over the hour. So we'll go ahead and get rolling, guys. It's probably be about an hour. probably 30, 40-minute demo, and then we'll open questions up here, guys. And also, too, guys, on my live streams, if you have any other like real estate related questions, use this time, to drop those there. If I don't get to them on the live stream, I'll get to them tomorrow or on the next live stream, or I'll just DM you guys directly. Okay. So, guys, we have an amazing guest. I'm representing my Investorfuse swag shirt. We are going to be talking about Investorfuse CRM. This is my favorite CRM, guys. I have been a fan since 2017, not only a fan, an avid user of the tool. Carlos Zamora is somebody I met early on. So a little bit of background about Investorfuse and, how we got here, guys, is that Investorfuse was actually acquired by Carrot a few years ago. So it's a great tool. Because of that, think about all the CRMs out there, guys. For it to get acquired by InvestorCarrot, or formerly InvestorCarrot, that's a pretty big deal, right? So Carlos was with them when they were solo, and then now with Investorfuse. So, guys, I'll go ahead and introduce Carlos Zamora. I'll let him take the floor here, give a little bit of background about himself. He is the director of business development for Investorfuse for Carrot. So I'll let Carlos take it away. Tell us a little bit about himself, what he does, and then we'll go ahead and do a demo of the tool. So I'm super excited, guys, to have you guys here. Let's buckle up, enjoy the ride. All right, Carlos.
Yeah, man, for sure. I appreciate you having on. Always good having conversations, real estate, personality, spirituality, everything like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Carlos Zamora, guys. I've been in the software space for wholesaling almost, or in my 10th year now, with Investorfuse. And like CC said, we got acquired by Carrot a little over 3 years ago, which is amazing. They've been mentors us for a long, long time. I started wholesaling in 2013, right after college. And the owner of that wholesaling business, Stan Schwartz, a good buddy of CJ's as well, they were just catching up, started building out this CRM on top of Podio. And that ended up being the first version of Investorfuse. We launched that back in February 2016, have met a lot of amazing people all over the country, have a lot of friends all over the place, super, super grateful for that. And have really just got to understand a lot of wholesaling businesses. I've seen marketing changes over the last 10 years as well. Like when we were wholesaling, we did a lot of direct mail in the beginning, and then that changed more to getting the first Carrot website in Baltimore, coincidentally. Then once we moved to Investorfuse full-time in 2016, that's when CC joined, probably 2016, 2017 range. So for those of you guys who have been wholesaling a long time, you guys were probably around when like texting was like the wild, wild west in like 2017, 2018, not many regulations, really easy to get text delivered, to then moving into more so like some cold calling. Now inbound is really popular. So have seen a lot of different changes in the space with regulations, marketing, how people set up their acquisitions, dispositions, transaction coordination. So it's been really, really awesome meeting people like CC and connecting, and excited to chat with you guys. So definitely see Elizabeth, Jermaine, definitely shoot some questions in. CC, should I just go right into a demo here, screen share?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and do that, my friend. Let's go ahead and do that.
Awesome.
You have the floor, and if you need me, just feel free to call me. But you're center screen, man, so you have the floor.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool. Let me pop this here. I think you just got to hit an accept button. And put through in the chat, guys, what are you guys using as a CRM? A lot of folks that I talk to, like they may be using a CRM as kind of like a makeshift version of their cold calling dialer or texting tool or something like that. So if you guys shoot it through in the chat, I'll be able to see it, or CC can give me a shout. But Carrot CRM is the newest version of Investorfuse, essentially Investorfuse technology, Investorfuse code base. And we're positioned as an action-based CRM, which simply means as a lead comes in, each person assigns one action, and your team's job is to complete that action and schedule a future one before moving on to the next lead, to give you a lot of confidence and clarity in like what you should actually be doing in your day-to-day. We see a lot of people, including like on our previous Podio version, where you kind of get like numb to all the tasks that pile up, and you're not really confident in like logging into your CRM and be like, all right, this is what I actually need to do. The action-based system, plus just being super simple and intuitive to use, really helps with that. And we're also a specialized CRM. So you'll see some tools out there that are more so classified as like all-in-ones. Like they might do accounting, they might do cold calling, you might do list management in there, and manage your rentals and rehab and stuff like that. For the last 10 plus years, we've gone deep on simply just being the best lead management CRM for investors doing direct to seller marketing. And this is the latest iteration of that product, just to give you guys a little bit of a frame where we're coming from. And our process really starts by connecting with your lead sources, aka marketing tools. And I think that there's two main leverage points of Carrot CRM. The first one includes a few things. So one of those things is connecting with any way that you guys are marketing. If you guys are following CC, one of the best outbound marketers I've ever met in my life. We have a lot of other shared things that we like in common, like personalities and hiring and things like that we jam on. But one of the best outbound marketers in this space that I've met, if not the best. So I'm sure a lot of you guys are getting into like cold calling, texting, maybe sending some direct mail. Maybe you guys have something like a Carrot site where you can funnel those conversations to your site to help you close them by building trust and credibility. Carrot sites are amazing at that and convert really well. But our team, we have an integrations team. Their sole job is connecting your lead sources into the CRM so those leads can come in automatically. So that's where you're seeing this demo space, some of these examples like a website, if you have a multi-line dialer, texting, direct mail, all these different things. If you guys do like PPO with property leads, things like that. The other cool thing and part of this first leverage point would be KPIs or key performance indicators. So this is how you guys can get really dialed in with just understanding like how your marketing and acquisitions and business is performing really. A lot of these metrics are influenced from some of our top customers, like some other customers that have been with us for 9-10 years, like Nick Perry, for example. And they pretty much just tell us what KPIs their team want to see, and we build them in. That's why I love being like a product-led company. Our developers pretty much just get feedback and research that we do of working with our members, talking to people like CC, and then just ended up building into the platform. So a lot of stuff here. If you guys are watching, you guys can see this, but at a quick glance, you can essentially understand how much profit you're making from all your different marketing channels. You can understand more specific things like on average, when a lead first comes in, let's say from your website versus cold calling, how many days does it take to close out on the back end across all deals that you've closed? Same thing, average days contract to close. Once a deal goes under contract, how long does it take to close out on the back end? Conversion rate for that, cost per deal, how much you're spending in marketing to do one deal on average, which is pretty cool. So a ton of different metrics here, guys, on the acquisitions and marketing. Cost to get a contract, contracts accepted, sent, verbal offers made, appointments, average days to qualify, created to qualify conversion, cost per lead. This is a big one. How much does it take you in marketing to generate one lead for your business? That helps you reverse engineer, put actual goals into place for your guys' wholesaling business. So a lot of stuff here, guys. Follow-up touches, drip campaign sequence to started. So think of this as just all the marketing and acquisitions KPIs for any different ways that you guys are generating leads. The last two parts of the first leverage point, in my opinion, guys, would be the lead assignment. So anytime a lead comes in, let's say from the website, for example, you can have this assigned to one individual on your team. Some of the companies on Carrot CRM and Investorfuse are larger. So there's some cool functionality where you can actually have this round robin to multiple people. I can go back to me and CC, for example. You can have it do weighted round robin. So you can customize the distribution of how those leads get assigned. So let's say for every 10 leads that come in, CC gets the first 7, then I get the next 3 as an example. You can set it up any way you want. And then the last one's called Open Group, really popular for our heavy inbound teams where let's say it's me, CC, and 2 other people. All of us get a text notification right to our phone. Hey, there's a new lead inside Carrot. And the first person that can call them takes ownership of the lead. So it's very much like a sales floor environment, first come, first serve environment, which is pretty cool. So fully sophisticated lead routing. And then the last thing, just because it's going to have some overlap with the feature here, you're going to see the first preview of some AI. But the last part here is really big, I would say, for inbound leads. And it's more of like a nice to have feature for outbound. Like if you guys are doing cold calling or texting, and then you push a lead over to Investorfuse, which our team sets up that integration for you. But this is essentially called an autoresponder when a custom text and email gets sent to the seller as soon as that lead comes in. And again, that could be from the website, push over from a dialer, push over from Deal Machine. When somebody calls you off a direct mail piece, they get a text right away or you can customize a 2-minute delay or whatever minute delay that you want right here. It can pull in their first name and any custom field that comes in with the form. So I can say, hey, first name, if it's John, hey, John, this is Carlos with Carrot Buys Houses. Just saw your info come in. Our team will give you a call as soon as we get in the office. Thank you. And then 2 minutes later, I have an email that goes out, your property, and it'll pull in whatever their address is on the form. Hello, first name, just saw your info come in, sent the text your way. Our team's looking forward to chatting with you soon. If you want to learn more about the home buying process, visit our site here, carrotbuyshouses.com/process. So that's just really, really helpful with speed to lead. The first AI feature, this is out now. This is the ability. You can also have this conversation roll in where that seller will get a text from an AI agent that you're able to customize intent, language, follow-up cadence, how often you want them to message. I'll show you kind of like the bone structure of that. But this is pretty cool, guys, because in theory, a lead could come in, in the middle of the night, 10, 11 o'clock at night. If you have this turned on, the AI agent inside a Carrot can start a text conversation with them. You could wake up to a full text conversation right inside your CRM, and you just pick up the conversation from there when you log into work in the morning. So super, super cool feature. I'll go into the bone structure of that, but this is really the first leverage point, in my opinion, all around the leads coming in, our team setting up those integrations, the marketing and acquisitions, KPIs, how you route the leads, and then the ability to reach out to them automatically, just so nothing's falling through the cracks. Think about that too, guys. Like the AI agents that we have in here, if you guys are working like a 9-to-5 job or not in front of the computer all day or don't have VAs in place, that's super, super helpful. And we're really moving towards a world in software where it's AI driven, and we're really leading in that trend. I'll get more into that, but it's just something to think about. I know AI is like the buzzword and stuff right now, but we actually have companies using this and rolled this out, which is pretty cool. So I want to do like a high level overview, but really emphasize the AI features that we have coming out and then a new one that's about to come out. And of course, if you're in CC's community, I'm happy to chat with you individually as well. And we're going to show you, what it would look like to get started and everything like that. But this is what leads would look like, or this is what your day-to-day would look like once those leads come in from cold calling, texting, website, like I was mentioning. So you're mainly working out of two areas in your day-to-day. As a lead manager, acquisition, owner of the company, you're working out of seller lead opportunities. So this is just a list of all my leads. And then you're also working out of actions, which is essentially like a digital to-do list of what I'm responsible for doing that day. With the action-based system, it's really a great tool to just have full confidence of like, all right, I can click right here. I know exactly what I got to do today, as an example. Same thing with leads. This gives a lot of clarity of like, all right, whether you're an individual or you have a full team, these are my leads that I'm most responsible for. So if I'm going to click into a lead, I'll show you what one looks like with some of the AI features, not a new lead particularly, but I'm pulling into one of my leads. This is one of my hot leads, just to show you guys a little bit of the lay of the land. This is a lead here, and this is essentially what it looks like. It'll have the subject property address right here. It'll have the seller's contact information, phone number, email address. I'm going to tease some of the AI features here just because you're able to see them. One of those is called AI summaries. So the AI summary is able to take notes from your conversation with the seller. We integrate best with this tool called Smartphone, SMRT phone. We'll make sure we get that linked up. But essentially, it can read all the conversation that you're having with the seller via text and call recording and AI note transcription. So it can take all those notes, pull that into the summary. It can take note from property details, and it can take notes from your internal comments and gives you a summation of what's going on with that lead, and it updates as you communicate with the seller. So I see that as just a massive time saver. Instead of clicking around to like property report and property details and the notes section to see what's going on here and scrolling through all the activity and communication log to see what's going on here, this is just where when you pop into a lead, it gives you everything right here. So let's see what this one says. The seller is motivated to sell the property due to a planned relocation to Florida before his children start school in September. Communication has been primarily through text as he works 12-hour days, limiting phone contact. There is no current information indicating the property is listed. and he has engaged with other buyers. The seller's urgency and limited availability suggest a potential opportunity for a quick transaction. So it's pretty cool. Popping into an existing lead here too, and I'll go back and show you guys like the configuration. Just want to show you guys what like some AI features look like inside the tool itself. But AI lead score. So this is another thing that I think definitely saves time, but also keeps your morale high. If you have acquisition people, it helps keep their morale high. You can essentially get an idea of how valuable a lead is for you on a scale of 0 to 100. So if you have actions that are all due the same day, or you're just going back into the CRM to see like, hey, where's there some potential opportunity to call some sellers and potentially at least get in front of sellers to present some offers. This helps with burnout because at least you have an educated idea of who's more likely to pick up the phone and do a deal with you than not. So the AI lead score is fully customizable. You can program your own logic in there, which I'll show you. And these are all the variables that we have in the base template. Motivation. So this goes from you marking motivation inside the tool. This also can pick up any words that they say and kind of flag them. Like if you have any distressed words like, probate, divorce, anything like that, absentee owner, I'm a tired landlord, that all plays in the seller motivation, which is 20% of the total equation. If they mention anything like equity discount potential, if timeline is mentioned, so you can see that's a 70 because they mentioned that the kids have school in September. They want to move before then. So that's pretty cool. It automatically ranked it there. Property condition and repair cost, communication responsiveness, decision maker accessibility. Are you able to communicate with like all the people that actually need to sign off to do the deal? Occupancy and access. It's going to give a higher score if the property's like non-occupied or easy to access. Lead score quality, deal stage progress, competing offers. So we'll look at all this on the back end, but I want to show you kind of what it looks like in the front. Then the last thing for AI, just show you what it looks like in the tool, and then we'll go over to a new lead and show you what that looks like, is the SMS compliance using AI. So essentially what this does is it runs AI in the background against around 250 words that are deemed non-compliant by carriers, just to keep your texting as clean as possible in the system. CC may appreciate this one. This is more of maybe, it's not like a super sexy feature like the AI agents that you can program in here, but it is something that's nice. So if I say, can I buy your house cheap for cash? Cheap with a cash offer. Let's see if this flags anything. So here's the original message I sent, and the AI ran a suggested revision. Hey, can I buy your house at a low price with a monetary offer? That sounds a little nerdy, but
that I have to interject. That's insane, man. That's so cool. So
yeah.
It like has these safeguards around it to make sure that you're not doing anything non-compliant. That is next level. That's next level. Love that, man.
And dude, I was going to say funny thing. I just saw that this shot off before the call. I didn't even see it, but I was just messing around in this demo space, and the AI manager, the AI agent did this text message literally without me seeing it. It's marking as me, and this is what it cost. This is how many credits you use. So this would be a cent. This is like 9/100 of 1 cent to send that message. But here's what's sent out automatically. I'm actually going to turn this off when I go back in there. But it said, since you're aiming to move before school starts in September, do you have a specific timeline in mind for selling the property? Knowing that will help me understand how I can best assist you. So that's pretty cool. Right before CC and I hopped on the live, this is literally just the AI agent just doing its own thing, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I love that. I didn't even know that was there, man. You guys are one thing I want to actually mention too, to interject, because I'm making some notes here.
Yeah, hop on, man.
Yeah, Carlos, we talked about this before we hopped on. Team, I want you guys to realize with Carrot CRM, all of them are investors, right? By trade. And then they also take the feedback from investors. I know they've reached out to me and asked, hey, what KPIs do you want to see? What, how would this tool be better and more customized to you? And they will go implement those features. So they're not only doing this, like building this in the dark or anything like that. They're listening to what we say, and then they're seeing if they could do it. They don't care how impossible it is. They're going to try to figure it out. So guys, this is next level. So I'll give the floor back to you, Carlos.
Thank you, dude. Yeah, hop in whenever. And I haven't even gotten on a call to show you this, just one-on-one. So I'm pumped to see that you like it.
Yeah, that's so cool, man. So
I
cool.
want
Yeah,
to show
real
you.
time
I
reaction.
want to show you kind of a. Yeah, seriously. Real time reaction. But yeah, I kind of want to do high level, just like run you through what like a new lead looks like and kind of the workflow. Super, super simple intentionally what that looks like. And then I'll pop over to like the back end configuration and maybe grab some more feedback from you, CC, since you're seeing it for the first time now. I'm going to turn that AI agent off so it's not texting random numbers in this demo space too, with like a mind of its own. But guys, that's really where the world is headed if you guys are paying attention to new AI trends. But let's say this lead came in, guy. This is a brand new lead, and you can see the seller's name here with smartphone integrated. You're able to actually just do click to call right here, and it opens up a window and starts dialing. Let me hang that up. But you do click to call there. It opens up, starts dialing right in that window. With smartphone integrated into Carrot, it's able to record the conversation automatically, and it drops a link in the activity and communication log. They also have AI note transcription. So it'll take notes of the call. So you don't have to be sitting there typing or writing down information. Drops that into Carrot, and then that goes into the AI summary as well. And it also picks up anything in the lead score. So that lead score we were looking at, there's nothing in here because this lead just came in. Let me go AI management, run a lead score, or run an AI summary. But that all plays into it. That's one of the things that's so cool, guys. It's when the lead first comes in, and then as you're working the lead, it updates like in the background while you're doing other stuff and at work or doing whatever. So it's super cool. But this is what the lead looks like. I'm the opportunity owner. Here's contact information. You can do click to call right from there. The AI summary is right here so far. It pulls in Google Map. So it pulls in like a nice image of the property as well as Google Map. If you guys are familiar, you guys know that you can zoom in down here if you want to take a look at like the street, for example. I'm able to throw this little guy down here, and you can take a look at what the actual block looks like, which is pretty cool. Pulls in Zillow. So depending on what state you're in, I know Zillow is more helpful in some states than other, whether you guys are in a non-disclosure state or not. What marketing campaign it came in from. This is where all the conversations go. So you can see it timestamped this from a couple minutes ago. I just did an outbound call here. You can text and email right from here. You guys saw that SMS compliance using AI right there. And then some things that I like here would be property report. So we actually pull in data that I haven't even told you this yet, CC, but we pull in data from a company called Real Estate API. Vince Harris, if you know those dudes, he had REI Rail with Max Maxwell.
Oh yeah.
So we partnered with them. We pulled property reports, really, really good. It didn't pull in the last sales price. Sometimes that happens if it's a foreclosure house or, if there's something weird on the mortgage, it'll say 0. But besides that, everything is looking pretty solid here. Just this random lead off Zillow here I put in. But it actually pulls in comps. So how I see this, if it's an inbound lead where I'm not talking to the person, I call them as fast as I can. And I might just have these comps up, by the way, just clicking around, just getting an idea of like, okay, this house, 2 streets north sold for $650, just while I'm listening to the seller and the AI is taking notes for me. Some stuff that's helpful too, right out of the gate, is understanding like, hey, is it house free and clear? Is there a mortgage on here? You can at least get an idea of if there's even any potential equity on this deal before you call the seller while the phone's ringing, which is pretty nice. You can see what their mortgage payment is. So that's helpful to know and just kind of have in your pocket, whether you're doing cash or creative offers. That's definitely nice to know. And then, of course, the owner's information. If you generate the lead, it's typically a good sign if the owner's information matches the public records of who you're talking to, right? Property info, lot information, current mortgages. You can see who they got the mortgage through usually. Recording date. Sales history. So all this stuff. This is right when the lead comes in. And then with the action-based CRM, I'm going to go through this a little bit quicker, but think of it this way, guys. We make it just really easy to essentially process leads as soon as they come in, make sure you have something in the future, and then move on to the next lead as efficiently as possible. We don't want you guys in the CRM all day. We want you just efficiently make money-making moves, revenue-generating activities in here, and move on about your day. So another cool thing is Carrot gives recommendations on what to do next. So depending on whether or not you select, hey, call the lead, build rapport, depending on whether or not you say you got a hold of the seller, Carrot will give a basic suggestion of what to do next. So for example, it's going to say, okay, cool. We suggest that you do a second call attempt, the same person tomorrow. I can just complete this action and hit next opportunity. And it's just going to roll me down really efficiently my list of actions, leads, what I have to do. Or I can click this drop down and choose whatever I want to do. Anything from my own custom actions. You guys can program in your own custom actions and have those saved for you guys. You guys can do follow up with seller, due diligence, schedule appointments, either virtual or in person, record verbal offer. Some people like to give like a verbal offer range as like an anchor on like a first call. That will record in its own offer section. So 6 months down the line, you can see, hey, we offered this person X amount. That'll also go into the AI summary and conversation. So it's cool how it all ties together. We have e-signature functionality inside the platform too. So we can take your guys' custom contracts, code them into the system. You guys can send them out e-signature right through here, just filling out like purchase price, any fields that are pertinent information for you guys on that particular contract. And then one thing I still get excited about this, just that the AI agent is really cool, but we also have drip campaigns here, guys, that we call follow-up sequences. When a lead is in here, you could put them on a drip campaign of 2+ years if you want, with multiple, text, ringless voicemail one day. And those can all be text messages, ringless voicemails, direct mail pieces, and email, all from the platform. Don't need to get anything else. I'm going to talk about smartphone more in depth, but besides getting smartphone set up, you can do all that right through the system. And this is for following up. And in my opinion, the second leverage point of the system is really opportunity owner. We designed the system where each lead has one person that's primarily responsible for working it. So not only does it keep you organized, whether you're a team of an individual or a team of multiple people, anytime an existing lead tries to get back in touch with you, whether it's call, text, email, if it's on a sequence, the sequence automatically pauses and this person gets notified with a task, just like it's a brand new lead that came in from marketing. So Carrot puts you in a really good position to have quality conversations with sellers at those 2 points of leverage. When a lead first comes in from marketing, and then anytime an existing lead tries to get back in touch with you. You also get notified if that seller responds to one of your AI agents. So you are just like fully covered, whether they're responding to text, email, ringless voicemail, direct mail, drip campaigns that are like static messages that you program in, AI agents that kind of have a mind of their own, however you want to program them to speak at with what cadence. And of course, anytime new leads come in or you schedule manual leads. So we make it really easy with the system how to do that. And that's really the second leverage point. We have transactions as well, which I'm going to show really quick. I'm going to pop over to the AI features. But transactions, this is the ability to manage all your deals once they go under contract. So you can always see your pipeline of what's closed out. You can break this down into different exit strategies, like novations is really popular now. I don't know how much of your guys' CC are doing that, but you can essentially create different pipelines for different exit strategies that you have on deals. And then you could manage them all here in this view or in what's called a Kanban view, which is like this popular card and table where you can kind of like click and move cards around. And you can customize the stage and status here for whatever your process looks like. But think of this, we did the same interface. You can essentially come here, create tasks for whatever you got to do to move that deal along the pipeline and communicate with buyers one-off as well. And you can customize these fields. So that's transactions. You can have a different transaction owner. Again, if you're a one-person team, you would be the transaction owner on the dispo side or the B2C side and the opportunity owner on the acquisition side. But think of it that way. Pretty much an end-to-end solution. We connect with your marketing tools. All right, I'm going to pop over to the AI, CC.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. And then Jesus was asking if this is going to be available on YouTube. Yes, guys. So we're doing this live, but all my live streams are available on YouTube and my Facebook profile. All right, Carlos.
Cool, man. Thank you, Jesus. So the AI features, we went through most of these. So in my opinion, the biggest one is the autonomous lead manager. Again, currently that is text communication back and forth. Like you saw, I promise I didn't even see that one got sent off right before we went live here. It kind of just goes by itself. But that's really, really big. It's currently only text. Then we're going to roll out email. And behind the scenes, we are currently talking with AI voice companies to integrate voice as well. So you, in theory, could also be doing follow-up calls with AI. I don't want to give a release date on that, but just to let you guys know we're ahead of the trend and looking into that thoroughly. We're already speaking with multiple companies. The other one would be lead scoring that you guys saw, where you can customize like essentially how valuable a lead is for you on a scale of 0 to 100. SMS compliance, I showed that, where it'll essentially just use AI to scrape it against the 250 words non-compliant, and then the summaries. What I wanted to show you on this page is Autonomous Lead Manager. So this is one that we tested with some companies in beta, and it got good results. We encourage adding to it, but this out of the box, like you saw that one text, is still communicating with sellers pretty solidly. And I want to show this. So this is just an initial qualification AI agent. And let me go through here. Here's how you program it in. So here's the intent instructions. And again, you guys can add to this, use example text that you want it to use. But it says, engage the lead in a natural conversational tone via text. Your primary objective is to qualify the lead by confirming their timeline, condition of the property, reason, and asking price. And then you build in this logic. If the seller meets at least 3 out of those 4, proceed to lock in the best days and times available for a live call with a home buying specialist. So this AI agent has the intention of just getting the seller, kind of kicking up dirt, getting the seller to talk, and then scheduling a time for a live human on your team to chat with them via phone. Ensure the conversation feels human and empathetic. Use rapport building questions, mirror responses when needed, and handle light objections with these examples. And it will add to that. I'm just exploring. I'm not ready yet. With curiosity and professionalism. And it gives some grammar here. Font, never use M dashes in any response. Always use commas or periods instead. Once the lead confirms availability, end the conversation with a positive handoff message like, thanks, I've got you down. One of our home buying specialists will give you a call, then go over your offer and answer any questions. Writer instructions. So here's where you can get a little dialed in on how you want to actually speak. Write like a real person who's professionally interested in buying the seller's property. You're warm, respectful, easy to talk to, but you're also direct, clear, and intentional. Your goal is to move the conversation forward naturally without sounding scripted or pushy. Maintain a tone that's friendly but not fake, professional but not robotic, curious but not salesy, helpful, not overly casual, serious about their time and yours. Use short, punchy sentences and break up longer messages with line breaks if helpful. And then it gives some examples here. Follow-up instructions. So yeah, guys, this is pretty crazy. Voice and tone. Speak like a professional home buyer who's calm, confident, and serious about helping the seller. You're friendly but concise. You sound like someone who respects their time, remembers past details, and has a clear reason for reaching back out. Tone and principles, saying like write like a real human. Some good stuff here, like avoiding phrases. You don't want to repeat any phrases. Follow-up frameworks, purpose and curiosity example, a value add quote example, empathy and check-in example, scarcity and deadline-based example. The last piece here, the scheduler instructions, I think a lot of this bone structure, it would be easy just to duplicate a lot of the agent's kind of like intelligence that you have in here. And then you can change this part down here for a lot of the text where you can adjust their follow-up cadence. So here's the intent. Your goal is to book a live call with a home buying specialist once the lead's qualified. Follow up with purpose, not pressure. Always sound calm, confident, professional, never pushy or robotic. Here's what you guys might adjust. So here's the follow-up cadence. Day 0 through 5, follow up once per day, 5 total messages. Use a mix of reminders, soft nudges, and value-based re-engagement. Day 6 through 12, follow up every 3 days. Keep the tone helpful and persistent. Day 13 and on, shift only to once per week until either the lead responds back or you mark the lead as disqualified. So that's something, we have some members that are like, hey, I want to text it 3 times a day for the first week, then just once for the next, week after that. So that's something you guys can totally adjust. And then it gives some examples here of some quotes to use or like how to frame those calls. If you guys are somebody that works during the day, you could have the AI be like, hey, could we set up a call for tonight or early in the morning? And then here's some escalation logic to close it out. If the lead responds but doesn't pick a time, ask again with slightly more urgency after 48 hours. If a lead picks a time but no shows, it automatically will follow up the same day with a quick text. Hey, do you want to reschedule? After 3 no responses in the final nurture stage, mark for reactivation in 30 days unless noted otherwise. So pretty cool here, guys. It's pretty intricate, but think of this as just the bone structure. You can add to these and then add different agents. And then I'm going to pop into a lead. So you guys saw first, when that lead first comes in, you can have the lead just automatically get a text from an AI agent of your choice. You can also just start a lead. Like if I go to that new lead that came in, if I just wanted to go to AI management, I could also just throw them on an AI agent at any point in time as well. So I can just come out here and choose one of these messages, and it can just, I'm not going to hit save, but that'll just start them on a conversation with the AI agent. And I believe in the near future, if it's not out already, you're going to be able to start AI agents in bulk. Like if I wanted to select, let's say I did a certain filter, I wanted to select these. I don't know if this is out yet, but I think that you'd be able to add them here. I believe that we're adding it where you can just essentially pick and choose a handful of folks or multiple people and then add them to an AI agent conversation. And then we also have this section in the seller lead opportunities, AI response message list. So this is essentially where you can see any conversation that your AI agents are having with sellers, just to keep it pretty clean. Just so you can go to one section. I'm just going to be like, all right, these are all the AI agent conversations I'm having. And you can pop into a specific lead here and see what that looks like. And here's an AI summary for that.
And Carlos, if I may interject, my friend. So
yeah,
one thing I've always been reserved about and reluctant about follow-up sequences have been they were all the same, right? And so this makes me feel more comfortable that, we won't have egg on our face, because I know sometimes whenever the follow-up sequences are ongoing, just in any CRM, not even just Investorfuse, any CRM, you can have homeowners that say something back and then the follow-up sequence just continues to go on. And unless you have an ops manager or acquisition person cashing on that and stay on top of that, it could really, you could lose some credibility. So, I mean, this feature, I can already see implementing it like in my business. And I know a lot of, especially 9-to-5 investors can use that as well.
100%, man. And for our sequences that are static, like you can always go in and customize additional ones. Those sequences do automatically pause for exactly that reason. We don't want you guys sending out, ringless voicemails after a seller texts you back. That may hurt your rapport building there. So we totally get that. One other feature, guys, that's coming soon, and I just turned the automatic send message off just so you can go in and manually send those through once the feature looks good or the text looks good for you. But one feature that's coming out is the property analysis, comping, and offer range. So similar to the lead scoring, you're going to be able to feed in your own logic of how you comp properties, how you guys comp properties, and analyze deals, make like a maximal allowable offer range. And you'd be essentially able to program in that logic and then click a button inside the lead, and it's going to do all that for you inside there. So like many things in the world of AI, a lot of these features I think are designed and are helping investors save time and be more efficient with their decision making in days and not keep them in the CRM, whether you're doing other stuff or just want to be in here less time. I think that's where a lot of these features help with AI, not only in our tool, but just AI in general. And we're super excited that we have companies using it in beta and now just rolling it out here the last couple of weeks. And definitely wanted to connect with CC to kind of give his community one of the first peaks of it too. So we're super excited for this, and we're always rolling out new stuff. Like I mentioned, like we're talking to voice companies, so that's going to be crazy. I personally don't think it's there yet for locking up deals, but I think it's definitely good for kind of the same thing. When you call some restaurants down here CC, it's like an AI voice that picks up, and it's able to like make reservations and stuff like that. So I think that's kind of similar here, where the AI voice can kind of like schedule a person for a live person to make an offer and send a contract and stuff like that. But the rate that it's growing, we want to stay ahead of it and are definitely doing that.
Yeah, and I know if anybody's going to do it first, it's going to be you all. It's going to be Carrot. Like I'm 110% confident in that. So yeah, people that say they have all these tools and stuff that are able to lock deals up and dispo them, I'm like, nah. I mean, if you guys haven't done it, yet. It's just not there. The tech's not there, or just the development and algorithms aren't there. Doesn't mean we're not going to get there, but we're definitely progressing along that way, along that
Definitely.
route. Yeah.
Definitely, man. But yeah, that's high level overview. I want to show your page really quick. I don't see any questions.
Yes, yeah. We were knocking out the questions along the way, but yeah, let's go ahead and show the page. So guys, anybody attending live or following up, this is how you're going to be able to sign up. So Carlos, go ahead and go, and I'm going to drop the QR code here just in the bottom left. If anybody wants to sign up, they could click that QR code. It will take you directly to this page. So Carlos, go ahead and explain what we're seeing here.
Perfect, man. So here's the pricing for Carrot CRM, the same thing as Investorfuse. We do have teams of all shapes and sizes, depending on where you guys are at. If you're a larger team, maybe managing multiple acquisitions, you want to see all their metrics, everything like that. We do have the team plan, up to 10 users at the base cost for $349. I think most folks that are more so starting off in wholesaling or smaller operations would follow into one of these two camps right here. So the scale is $179 a month. That's up to 5 users at the base cost. You get that feature, the auto response, where you get like a text and email as soon as the lead comes in, which is nice. I think that's probably the biggest feature there, plus the marketing and acquisitions KPIs. But for most folks that are starting off, and especially if you just want to get into the CRM, get on board with our team, get trained, get your dialer integrated so you can keep your prospects in the cold calling dialer or texting tool, and then move them over to Carrot to actually work those conversations and nurture them. I think the essential plan is perfect. We made it intentionally super competitively priced, $69 a month for 3 users, the most niche and specific tool for wholesaling or investors doing direct to seller marketing. You get access to all the AI features at this price point, and you get access to our integrations and support team. So even on the $69 a month plan, as soon as a company signs up for that, you schedule the first of 2 kickoff calls with our team. The first one is with our integrations team, going over your lead sources, marketing, everything like that to connect your tools. And then the second call is just your very first training call. And then we have an open training link from there. So you guys have access to one-on-one private training on like a Google Meet, similar to this, or not Restream, but just like a Google Meet to meet with our team, go through best practices, new features, get new hires trained, everything like that. So this price point especially is like killer value. It's over double the cost. Like the Investorfuse version of this is over double the cost with the 3 users. So we made this really, really advantageous. Get people in here, get them using the AI features, and that's going to allow them to bring on more people, increase their marketing if they'd like, and then move up to other plans. So this is here. Make sure you use that link specifically for CC. And then I'm probably best, if you have any questions for me specifically, shoot me an email, Carlos, CARLOS @carrot.com. More than happy to help. And I'll definitely be doing more content with CC. We got away from doing that for a little bit, but this has been awesome, man. So happy to help with any questions you guys are moving forward to.
Yeah, I'm sure we're going to have some follow-up questions because we get several hundred views just after I do these live streams, especially in the summertime as well. A lot of investors looking to get back into real estate, and then really have some sort of competitive advantage. And I just think Investorfuse has just been one of those tools in my arsenal, man. I just cannot see myself getting rid of. Now Carrot CRM, excuse me. So so guys, if you want to sign up, I'm dropping a link here. You guys don't have to you guys don't have to like type all of that in. If you're on Facebook, I dropped it in the chat, so it'll go directly there to the link page that Carlos has up, and on YouTube as well, guys. I have it in the chat. You just click it directly there, so you don't have to copy it. So the URL is pretty. Thank you for that, Carlos,
yeah, man.
and making things easier on
for sure, man.
Hey guys, so one thing I want to mention, Carlos, too, and guys, customer service part. There's so many I guess second and third order effects that you get with Investorfuse that they don't even really need to provide, especially at this price point. It's like having a Rolls Royce for a Toyota price, guys. Customer service, I've always been impressed. they don't have to do onboarding. And it's just not like a simple onboarding thing where they're just checking a block. Guys, they're actually here helping you succeed. They're almost like hybrid consultants, guys, in that regard. So if you guys are looking for a CRM, you guys are like, hey, I don't know if I should use Google Sheets and all these other tools and stuff. Guys, this is the tool right here. I keep things very lean, right? You guys know me. I don't have hundreds of tools, right? I have my main tools I've been using for years, almost. I mean, really coming up on 2 years is going to be a decade, right? That I've been with Carrot CRM Investorfuse, guys. So just wanted to mention that. Again, guys, a link is right there, carrot.com/CRM -pricing -FPR equals build to scale. Okay, guys? Yeah, listen, I couldn't believe the pricing either, right? And so this is something that I want to mention too, Carlos, is that this is so much more, I would say, just accessible to the 9-to-5 investor, right? Because I know with Investorfuse, there was like a pretty hefty onboarding fee, and it was all worth it. But, you know, it did price some people out. And I think this is going to help a lot of people in my community really looking to get started in real estate, keeping themselves organized. Guys, we have safeguards in place in this tool. Everything that Carlos mentioned, like they thought of to make sure you're not sending off, you know, spam text that gets you blocked, you know, like if you type, I thought that feature is so cool. So you type in, would you like a cash offer for your property? You know, it'll reword it, right? Guys, I don't know any other tool that's doing that. I don't know. And anybody that's like adding all these AI features, I really don't think they're truly like AI. This is truly AI and practical AI, not just something where we're just like, oh, saying we're doing AI just so we can market it. No, these guys are ahead of the game, guys, and it's only going to get better. And the pricing for what you're getting, I mean, it's phenomenal. So I appreciate you so much, Carlos, for coming on here and just sharing with the team.
Dude, appreciate you, man. Long time, buddy. Reese, great question. What's the estimated time from signing up to actual setup and utilization? So the average KPI around days of doing those first 2 onboarding calls is about 5 days and change, 5-point-something days. Depending on when somebody signs up and weekend and stuff like that. So it's quick. So if you're signing up, for people that sign up today, they're scheduling their first kickoff call for as early as tomorrow morning.
Yeah. And
you just want to have any logins for dialers you're using. Ideally get set up with smartphone after getting signed up with us, things like that. And then just once that's connected, typically 1 business day, then you schedule your first training call. But you'd have access to the space right away. You could start inputting leads. You could look at sequences. You could look at the AI, everything like that. But our team will help you out, get everything set up with the AI on those onboarding calls as well, which is pretty cool.
Hey, thanks for answering that, Carlos. All right, guys, I don't want to keep you guys too long, or Carlos, I want to respect your time, my friend. Guys, thank you so much for joining live. Always love doing these. We're going to be back on this next week. You guys can guarantee at least 1 live stream from me, and I'm going to be bringing on more guests and everything in the future. But 1 live stream a week, and then on Saturday or Sunday I might go live, just depending on what my schedule looks like. But I'll make sure I stick to that schedule for you guys and just let you know ahead of time, like with this one, when we will be going live, and we'll definitely be having Carlos back, guys. If you have any questions, any at all, feel free to reach out to Carlos. He is an extrovert, guys. He loves talking to people. He loves it, and he's just a very positive person, guys. Just not even a business relationship, guys. I've been doing this long enough. I do business with people I like first.
Yeah,
right? And so,
man.
You know, so guys, reach out to Carlos if you have any questions. Any last minute thoughts? Any last minute feedback for the team, Carlos, before I let you go?
That's it, man. I appreciate you, and I think this is a great time to be in wholesaling. Yeah. It's a lot different than when you and I started, as far as the resources and everything that's out there. So, yeah, man, take big action.
Yes, sir. So we'll leave it there, guys. Crush it. Happy investing, and guys, feel free to watch the replay on YouTube and on. Okay, well, I'm sorry. So we have one more question that snuck in. Can both of you drop your contact info for questions? Yeah. So I'll drop my contact info. You could probably reach me on Facebook, guys. That just DM me, and if I don't get back to you within like 24 hours, it probably went to spam. So you guys could DM me, and then Carlos. Yeah, looks like you saw it. His email again, guys, is Carlos at carrot.com. All right, guys, going to leave it there. You guys have a great evening. Happy investing and crush it. See you guys next week.
Cool. Have a great one, guys.
Peace. See you later.